We received stop work order stop work order because we did not obtain a building permit. Well, we got super far without getting busted.
We did. We wanted to have this greenhouse going, like to grow food this winter. That's happening right now. A huge part of what I want to do here and the next steps that I want to take in my life, business-wise and just with everything that I want to do here, revolves around that greenhouse.
So the rules are kind of wishy-washy, but we figured we should go the right route. And then in addition to that, they also gave us, they've given us a notice for the sawmill, which we're not supposed to be allowed to use.
Oh yeah,
for the sawmill.
I actually forgot about that. It's been pretty devastating. We knew we were going to come up against this with the greenhouse, and I guess we were just trying to scoot around it, and then we got busted. This little one, you're my friend, aren't you? This little one. These three were born in the fall. Here you go. Maybe we'll make one more. Make lots of stations today. One of my last videos, I showed you that I was putting all the chickens together in the one coop, the one behind me, because we didn't want to insulate that new coop that we built. And that has been going really well. I think it goes down to -7, -8-ish at night, and they've been keeping it right at 0. So chickens exude a lot of heat while they're sleeping, so it's always good they're better in numbers and cold temperatures. So that's been working really well. It's always a kerfuffle at night when they're trying to figure out who goes where, because it's where they sleep is part of the pecking order. So obviously the top roost is for the top chickens, and then it sort of peters down from there. But we've got lots of, just like we have lots of food stations out here, we've got lots of roosting areas and nesting boxes and whatnot for the chickens to find their spot. And yeah, there's been no bloodshed. In today's video, I am going to take you around to a couple of the projects that we have on the go, some for more than a year and some for the whole summer. And I'm going to show you where we're at. I'm going to give you some updates. James has been working a couple of different projects, actually. He's got a huge garage project going on the other side of the lake for a client. And then he's been doing a really intense like gut and reno of a condo, like on the Fernie ski hill, like one of those ski in, ski out kind of condos. Hey girl, do you want to be my friend, or are you still mean? Oh, you're still mean. It's okay, girl. It's okay. Do you guys remember Mello? She was the one that was born all by herself, and she was really sweet, and she loved me, and I used to put her on my shoulder. Yeah, he's just been working like every day and trying to get as much done here on the property as possible. Poor guy. I really want to just finish a project. Like, I want to have the sauna done, obviously. And my biggest thing is the geothermal greenhouse. We've been working on this since May. Oh my gosh, has it been it's been a year and a half since we broke ground. Last summer, we believe potentially one of our neighbors may have called and ratted on us. We didn't have permits in place for the greenhouse, and so a person came by and shut down the project. So we haven't been able to do anything, and it's really sad and really unfortunate because both James and I were really hoping to have. I know. Okay, I'll let you go. I'll let you go. Thanks. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's okay. You're okay. You don't have to position for me. I'm not your rooster. You're okay. We our like complete and total plan was to be growing food this winter in that greenhouse, and I'll show you the state that it's in right now. We haven't been able to touch it since August, because if we do, we will be fined and all kinds of things. So I'll take you over there and I'll explain as best I can what's going on with that. And then I'll show you where we're at with the sauna. We are so close with the sauna. A couple more weekends of James and I putting in some hours and finishing it off. It's going to be done and it's going to be amazing. And I can't wait to show you guys the finished project, and I can't wait to show you us using it and how awesome it's going to be. The weekend that we had with the power outage and the snow, I mean, that was a complete write-off, so nothing got done on the sauna that weekend because we were just busy trying to figure out how to live and not get buried in snow. So, Erod, come here, big stud. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go in, have some more coffee, and then I'll show you those things. Good girl, Jojo. Such a good protector. Something that's really challenging about living out here in the winter is, as you can see behind me, it's as white above as it is below. Usually around the end of November, we get what I call socked in. We cannot see blue skies or the sun for weeks. I mean, I'm not saying that I would trade it for the world, but it's crazy because we're so close to the mountains, it just creates this sort of weather sock that covers this area. Like if I drive 15, 20, 30 minutes north, it's blue skies and sunny. It's so crazy. But then the trade-off is that in the summer, there's not we get hardly any rain. If it does rain, it's usually at night or in the morning, and it's blue skies, bluebird every day. It can be tough not having sun. I get outside obviously every day. I up my vitamins. I take vitamin D. I do physical activity. I go cross-country skiing. I've been doing that every day, walking the dogs. But I gotta say, I have to say it's the only thing that's hard about living here. That's it. Anybody meowing? Jojo, gentle. Jojo's munching on frozen deer poo. Hey, how was the deer poo? Like chocolate nuggets? I'm on my way to James's work site to bring him breakfast. It's 11 o'clock. Pretty typical. Just stopped at the chicken coop to make sure that they had some not frozen water and make sure that they're okay. It's just, I feel so bad for the chickens at this time of the year. I do absolutely everything that I can to make sure that they're good. Whoa. To make sure that they're good and entertained and dry and warm as possible. But I mean, it's hard on them, like not having sun and not having the ability to go out. Like I noticed they don't, something about the white snow. My chickens, I've seen other chickens on the internet go out in snow, no problem, but my chickens, they don't like it. I got to put down that hay and make paths for them. And I've even encouraged them to go out and free range in the yard. And they just sort of hang around the coop door and then they go back in. So I guess if you think about it, it's kind of like a hibernation time. We got this local, he's not a stray dog, but he's a wanderer. More than Jojo. Hey, buddy, where you going? Do you need a ride? You need a ride, fella? Are you okay? You look really skinny. Are you friendly? You don't look very good. Shit, he's skinny. Are you friendly with other dogs? Clyde? Did you need something, buddy? What do you need? Hey? You got your collar on? Aw. You look really hungry, honey. You're like skinny as hell. Huh. Oh boy. Look at his eyes. I don't think he's gonna come up, but I'm gonna put you on the Facebook page and make sure people know that you're really hungry. Look how skinny he is. You can feel his ribs. Like see them. You didn't want to come with me, but he's really skinny. I'm gonna put him on our local Facebook page.
Easy. It's gonna be messy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what the best food is. It's messy.
Mm.
So this is a big retaining wall because we're building this garage into the side of the hill. There's 190 feet of wall and garage wall and retaining wall. And these big high ones are 13'6" high, but you can't really see that from this side because we backfilled. That side you can still see it. And there'll be a 2-story garage with future development above. They're not going to finish it for now, but they just want to put the second level on and the roof and finish the outside. Challenging project. This driveway is quite steep for one to get down. The original driveway was maybe 11 feet wide. So we've opened this up to over 20 feet wide. Access has been a challenge. The height of the walls has been a challenge. In general, digging into the side of a hill. Not an easy thing to deal with, to visualize what's going to go where. And then we also had the septic field above it, so we can't access anything between the retaining wall and the road. We can't drive on it with any equipment. And they had ran the septic line for the house and the electrical line right through the middle of the garage. That was our first kind of big challenge, getting that stuff disconnected and relocated, and lots of fun. All for a garage, but the garage is going to be quite nice when it's done. It's going to really finish off their property really nice. If you go up there, I'll go down and you can kind of see. So I've been heating the ground to install the weeping tile. That's why all these tarps are down here. You can see there's lots of water. Worked really nicely. It's big.
Wow, you can really see how big that wall is now.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah. How many days did it take you to dig this out?
We did like a day for the whole driveway and the garage.
I don't know how you work in this cold. I'm freezing.
I'm not cold
I know.
because I've moved
I know.
the body. Well, this is all big chunks of ice. So
Mhm.
getting the ice out of here, and then I have to put this big membrane, rubber membrane against this wall, and then I have to pipe it, and they're coming at 1, and it's like 11.
So I should stop bugging you?
Come over here. Big giant wall. The footing is oversized too for the retaining end of it. Yeah, I should probably keep at it.
Yeah.
I have to rip the balls real quick.
Do you want me to do it?
No, I have to talk to the drillers. They're drilling a well.
Oh, right. Okay.
These are soaked. You want to wear them? They'll keep your hands nice and warm.
No, thank you. Thanks for your time today, James. And yeah, I'm gonna go home and try to explain what we're not doing on our greenhouse.
Okay.
So yesterday, I told everybody that I was gonna go around to all of our projects and try to explain what's left to do with them.
Mhm.
And then you wrote me that list
Big list.
explaining what there is left to do with it, but it was all in that foreign language of construction.
It's just you had asked what needs to be done, so I gave you.
I'm going to show you guys what he sent me. And a lot of people will understand it. Here it is. Hopefully you can read it. I'm just going to scroll through quickly. Is it scrolling? Yep.
It's snow raining right now.
Yeah, if we got drips on our lens. Okay, so this is what he was thinking that I would explain to you guys, which I pondered doing, but I didn't want to butcher it. So it's the next morning. It was supposed to snow again, but it's actually raining a bit. It's pretty warm. I'm overdressed. It's Saturday, so James is we're going to go around and we're going to explain the projects, and James will be able to explain them in a way better way. Do you want to actually explain the greenhouse here?
Which part?
What's left of the greenhouse?
Yeah, we really haven't worked on it in like months.
We'll backtrack a tiny bit.
We received stop work order permit, or sorry, a stop work order because we did not obtain a building permit for the round earth greenhouse.
And why didn't we obtain a permit?
Well, we got super far without getting busted.
We did.
Because
Because rammed earth is such a new, it's an old but new building method, and we knew that when we had to go to what's called the RDEK out here, which is what, a municipal
they're the
building.
governing authority, and they basically they should be more concerned about safety of occupants for buildings, but they also enforce bylaws and create bylaws and
Yeah.
do land zoning. Anyhow, round earth is not specifically noted in the
Building code.
yes,
I do know that.
which creates some complications, even though it's like a fabulous construction method. I have made some headway with the RDEK on this though. I didn't understand the reasoning behind it, so I've gone in and spoken with them directly, and I think we may have a workaround with it where we can use different terminology is my hope.
Yeah. Because we've already used an engineer which has been rather costly. But adding on an architect is going to be another 10 to 15, potentially $20,000, which we don't want to spend on this.
No,
And
I think
this,
it's unnecessary.
the sad part is that we wanted to have this greenhouse going like to grow food this winter. That's happening right now, which James is really hopeful that we'll have it by potentially the end of winter or beginning of spring. But
I'm gonna close it. 'cause it's
yeah,
too
oh
hot.
my gosh, it's so hot. But it's not looking like we're going to be growing anything in there in the winter, which is really sad because a huge part of what I want to do here and the next steps that I want to take in my life, business wise and just with everything that I want to do here, revolves around that greenhouse. So it's been pretty devastating. We'll show you. We've got some awesome drone footage of what it looks like right now. It's literally like a half, like the ram dirt's all done. It's this awesome structure, but we've got this stop work order slapped on it. And it's the first thing that I see when I walk out the door every day. And yeah, it's just really sad. So
There's nicer things to look at than that.
there is, and I do. There is. So in a nutshell, what would you say is left on the greenhouse?
So we basically just got to complete the roof to get it enclosed.
Mhm.
So there's
What was that?
I don't know. You hear better than me.
That sounded like a duck. Quack. Oh, it was a duck. I think it's a crow. Okay, sorry.
So yeah, we have to complete. There's two different roof sections. There's one on the back, which is the north face, and it's going to be a 512 roof. And then there's the main roof on the south face, which is the glazing surface of the roof. So we have essentially everything we need to complete the roof.
Yeah, including the beams.
Yeah, all the materials, but yeah, and I mean, in honesty too, we started the sauna, so we've been spending time on that, which we are permitted to do.
And I've also told them about and showed them the huge, massive project that you're doing on the other side.
Yeah. So there's other things I've been busy with as well. So
Yeah. So that, like I said, we hope to have completed by either the end of this winter or beginning of spring. Permits pending, and we are going to walk you through that whole process because that's going to be an absolutely beautiful structure.
The one frustration too is I've submitted permits previously for other projects, and they'll put it into the stream on the date it was submitted, and then once they get the information, it's already in the queue. And in the case with the greenhouse, they're waiting for this building code issue to be resolved before it goes into the stream. So we're still going to have to wait 8 weeks, give or take.
After we get the go-ahead.
Yeah, which is super frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also have to pay double permit fees as a penalty for
not getting a permit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. I'll link the video of that whole drama up here and down below as well, if you want to watch that. It was right before we were starting our rammed earth workshop that we did for pretty much the whole month of August. So another project that we started on, but we're not going to go into a huge amount of detail. It's going to be a big deal in a year or so, is we're building right behind us. This is our wood burner. This is how we heat our house. And right behind us is how big is the slab?
30 by 50.
30 by 50 slab that's been completely wired, and what's underneath it? Hydronics for heat. We're building a rammed earth carriage house right back here. So don't want to go into too much detail about that, but that's going to be an awesome project. And the idea
we should say, so we have to apply for a rezoning to have a legal second suite.
Yeah, because we want to live in that carriage house when we build our rammed earth home.
Yeah, we have lots of company in the summer, so the original idea was build the carriage house, and what would designate it as an actual residence is having a kitchen. And we could have had sort of a fake kitchen, but if you add a cooking appliance like a range or an oven, that's what makes it actually a dwelling.
Yeah, a hot plate's okay though.
Yeah. So the rules are kind of wishy-washy, but we figure we should go the right route.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, they also gave us a notice for the sawmill, which we're not supposed to be allowed to use.
Oh yeah,
for the sawmill.
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah. So we're gonna do an application.
We're just getting
if we're gonna do an application for the carriage house
Yeah.
and include the sawmill in that application to hopefully reduce the fees for that application. Yeah, it's been just like
It's been rough.
just frustrating, but
Very frustrating.
following the rules isn't the end of the world.
Yeah.
And we might as well.
If you can't tell already, we're not exactly rule followers, but I
wouldn't say that.
we are, but we knew we were going to come up against this with the greenhouse, and I guess we were just trying to scoot around it, and then we got busted. It's kind of just like that in a nutshell. And
Yeah.
now we're paying the consequences for it, and we can't be mad at anybody. Like I can't be mad at James, and he can't be mad at the RDEK. I mean, he can a little bit, but it's just it is what it is. So I guess our biggest thing that we've got going on right now that we're so excited to finish, and like I said, James has been working, and then we had that crazy snowstorm 2 weekends ago that all that we could do on the weekend when James had time to work was
Wow.
try to plow and not get buried in snow and figure out how to make our power work is our round earth sauna. So that is so close to being done. So we have tons of videos on we have an entire playlist on the full build of that. Those walls were built by the workshoppers that came in August, and we have the roof on. We have the lights. We have it vented. We have the floor. We have the steps. James just finished building a cedar wall and a cedar door custom, and I guess all that's left to do is the inside.
We gotta do the benches and install the wood burner. It's a
and the venting.
RVS sauna stove.
Yeah. So we're so close. I mean, it aesthetically, it looks done on the outside. It's just when you open that sauna door, that part still needs to be done.
The main part that we want to use.
Yeah, the part that we want to use. Aesthetically, it looks beautiful. That's probably going to be our next video is potentially completing that. We can't wait to show you guys how it works and if it works.
I can't wait to use it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Rammed earth is known primarily for its thermal mass, so we feel like it's going to be really hot in there and be able to retain the heat and hold the heat and function super well. And as you can see, we get a lot of snow and it gets very cold here, and we're gonna need that for this winter. So should we go over to the sauna later and show the door and stuff?
Let's let it get light out.
Yeah, okay, we'll let it get light out. James has to go run and do an errand, and then we'll take you over and show you the sauna in person. Not really in person, I guess.
Even the cedar's frosty. It's cold and it's hygroscopic.
It's what now?
Hygroscopic.
What does that mean?
It's a material's ability to absorb and release moisture. Rammed earth is concrete's hygroscopic too. Different densities though.
Show us what you've done, James.
Okay, so we have finished. Oh, it's itchy. Sorry. So itchy.
You just shaved. Look at that mug.
Finished the cedar wall. Putting me a post-it in there. With a custom door that I made and insulated. And gouged a little bit. But
How did you make it?
I just made a frame and then I used a piece of rigid insulation in between, so it's 2 inches. That's a bit burlier than most as far as insulation value. It'll have R10 plus the wood. But yeah, it looks quite nice. And then the inside is done as well. So we've got trim. And then I'm going to have to add a handle. I have an idea for a handle. You got to find a cool stick, like a root.
Oh, yeah. I love that idea.
I knew you would.
Oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that?
I don't know, because you're always picking up sticks.
Yeah,
So
I really am.
I thought that would look cool, having that there and on the other side. Some kind of, and then they'll be different. Maybe we can show Sugi on them and clear coat them. So they'll be black, but it'll be like a stick handle.
Yeah, I love that idea.
I knew you would.
The cedar smells so nice.
It does. Yeah, and then so the lights are all working outside this one, but not inside. We'll take you inside here. All right. Not sure what you can see. Can't zoom out far enough.
Yeah, it's perfect actually.
We have lights in the ceiling, but what I have to do in here is a little different. I have to do what's called a heat shield because our wood burning stove for the sauna is not certified for use in Canada. It wasn't tested here. So we have to do a wet inspection on it. Anyways, I have to do this heat shield up here. So that's kind of one of the next steps. But first, prior to that, I got to put through all the venting through this open cavity for the flue for the sauna stove. So this is partially the reason why I didn't insulate this, because I got to cut a hole through the metal roofing and then the wood, and then insert the adapter to go through the roof. That's what I want to work on today. And then behind this wall, there's like a foil wrap. We tried to do a sauna video before with a foil wrap, and it was a disaster. But just sound the crinkling. That foil wrap acts as a vapor barrier, and it's also reflective for heat. So I'll be putting that on this ceiling as well. I'll probably get a picture for the next video or portion of that as I do this. I also have to take out these plastic rough-in lights for these pot lights and use metal ones, galvanized metal, because the heat shield goes through it. We're getting close. So I was going to do the cedar benches next, but I think I'll work on this because we're going to put tile on the ceiling. That might be a little messy, and I don't want to get it on the nice cedar benches. Do the messiest parts first. Cedar benches will be probably a three-hour project. But yeah, this is also one of the reasons we haven't worked on the greenhouse. It's not very big in here. It's only 5 by 5. But we don't want it to be big. We want it to be hot. It's really a sauna for 2. We could probably fit 4 people in here. That won't happen with us. We're gonna have to figure out something because some people are gonna want to use it. Some of our friends, I'm sure. That should probably wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you like what you saw. We'll see you next time.
Look who decided to come out today. Judgy, don't scare him. Judgy. Judge, gentle. I know I told you to protect them. Good girl. Good girl, Judge.